Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. My name is Govinda Dasi, and I'm a very old, 80 years old, devotee of Srila Prabhupada from 1967. I met him in January of 1967 when I was a senior in college, and I visited San Francisco, and I was very fortunate to meet him and appreciate the greatness that he had to offer and the wonderful message of pure Krishna Bhakti. So I have written a couple of books, A Sandalwood and Roses, A Place of Sandalwood and Roses, which describes the early days of my meeting him and some of the very early times then. And then just recently, my second book just came out. Both are available online. And this is called Those Magical Days of Sandalwood and Roses. This describes the whole year of traveling with him in 1968, when we traveled all over the United States and established the mission that he came to establish, sent by Lord Chaitanya, our Senapati Bhakta, Srila Prabhupada. Then I am writing, or I have written, I'm working on it now, a third book called Divinity. And that book is the one that I want to share with you because I would like your feedback. I can read one chapter and then you can give me your feedback. How does that sound? This is the preface to the book. 1967, San Francisco, California, USA. It is 2 a.m. Unable to sleep, I quietly slip out of bed and tiptoe to the kitchen. I sit down by the door. A curtain hangs slightly crooked over the doorway between the kitchen and living room. I sit quietly curled up by the curtain and listen. He clears his throat. His voice begins, "My dear Lord, O Krishna, when you go to the forest during the day and we do not see your sweet face," the gopis are saying, "half a second becomes as long as an entire age for us." His voice is filled with love, with rapture, with complete ecstasy, with complete surrender. The tape rewinds. And we consider this creator who has put eyelids on our eyes we use for seeing you to be simply a fool. Click. There is no other consummation for the eyes than the sight of Krishna. Whoever sees him is most fortunate indeed. There is a long pause, then a click. The tape rewinds again. His voice goes on, crisp and confident. He first hears, then a long pause, then he speaks. He is hearing directly from Lord Krishna, then speaking, recording sacred words into a dictaphone. This loving exchange will create his books. I hear the rustle of pages as he compares the Sanskrit text, choosing every word, every meaning so carefully. The sacred sounds flow like music, words from the transcendental realm, opening the doors of my consciousness. I feel the flood of love coursing through me. From those sacred words, my beloved Master is speaking, recording, so firmly and confidently, as if he is sitting close to the blessed Lord Krishna, and repeating the very same words the Lord has spoken. Click. Lord Krishna has a promise from before to reciprocate with his devotees according to the way they worship him. Click. Long pause. In whatever way my devotees surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects, O son of Partha. Click. Just as the celestial waters of the Ganges flow unobstructed into the ocean, So when my devotees simply hear of me, their minds come to me. Who resides in the hearts of all? Another long pause. Though he is now elderly, with frail health, he is determined to share the message with the world. This is only the beginning. It is 1967, San Francisco. Every night, in these wee hours of the morning, he sits in this sacred meditation, writing the message from the transcendental world, the spiritual world beyond this world of matter. His love is a calling to rain God's grace on the struggling souls of this dark realm. His determination is formidable. He is 72 years old. He has come from India alone, with only a trunk full of books and a letter of introduction to an unknown family, someone known by a friend. He has nothing more than a trunk full of books, his own books, and a heart full of love and devotion. And steel-framed determination. No money, no friends, nothing. No family, nothing. Yet he came here with such an important message and a mission, an almost impossible mission. A year of struggle alone in New York City led to a tiny breakthrough. A small storefront in the bad part of town, 26 Second Avenue, and a handful of confused American youth, teens and 20-somethings who found meaning in his words, admiration for his will, and inspiration from his love. Youth who found pure love for the first time in eons, the love between guru and disciple, master and student, the kind of love that fills one's heart with devotion for God and all creatures in this vast creation, the kind of love that makes one forget everything else and want to dedicate one's life to him and his mission. I know, because it happened to me. In January of 1967 in San Francisco, as a lost and confused college student, approaching my senior year of learning nothing that could be considered very valuable, until he came into my life, like a saffron swan, his songs of love leading even the most confused souls back to God, to that love that we are always longing for. His voice continues, crisp, clear, and confident, as if he is sitting comfortably in that sacred realm beyond all we know on the earthly plane, that place of sandalwood and roses. And God is sitting beside him, sharing wisdom with him as his dearmost friend, so he can share it with the world. O Supreme Lord, you are the Supreme Maheshwara, the worshipable deity of all the demigods and the Supreme Lord of all lords. You are the controller of all controllers, the personality of Godhead, the Lord of everything worshipable. Click, pause. One who sees that golden-colored personality of Godhead, the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Actor, who is the source of the Supreme Brahman, is blessed, is liberated. Click, long pause. We offer our respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of the Lord, upon whom one should always meditate. Sacred words spoken in the dead of night, yet filled with light and love, words coming from that sacred place beyond this realm of matter, that place of sandalwood and roses, words that are the balm to heal the hearts of this world. Sacred words, Krishna's words, unforgettable words, unchangeable words. He sometimes says that Krishna has dictated, and he has simply spoken what Krishna has said, recorded it, then put it into his books. Krishna has written these books, he declares. He has spoken my books. I have not written them. He has written them. Pure transcendental sound, vibrations from the spiritual world. He says, every day you have to read my books. Do you know that every day even I read my own books? Do you know why I read my books? I read my books every day because even I learn something new when I read them. Do you know why I learn something new when I read my books? Because these books are not my books. I do not write these books. Every morning when I sit here to write my books, Krishna comes personally and he dictates to me what to write. I simply take dictation from Krishna and I write these books. Therefore, when I read them, even I learn something. So many books done in only 10 years during these nightly meetings with God, sharing wisdom and love for all humanity. Even at the very end of life, his communication with God continued, and the sacred words were shared all over the world. So much effort, so much dedication, so much determination against impossible odds, and so humble, so kind, and so pure. So sincere in his love for all God's children. Yet the tragedy unfolds only a short time after his demise. Those sacred words, those special meetings with God, those moments of rapture, his ecstasy shared in his books, were stolen. Stolen and nearly lost forever. This book will describe the literary crime of the century, when sacred words are nearly lost in whirlwinds of academic and sociological perspectives, whirlwinds that audaciously rewrote his masterpieces of loving devotion, turning them from transcendental visions of enlightenment into socialized versions of religion and ritual. The story is long and complex, so please bear with me. Thank you. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.